You know, Francis Ford Coppola, there's no debate, no discussion required. He's one of the GOATs. I mean, he's the man. His legendary and iconic status is forever cemented. Nothing will ever change that. But in the hands of almost anybody else, Megalopolis may have changed that. Not for Francis Ford Coppola, but for many others. It was a film that he decided that I respected an enormous amount to say, you know what? I'm going to spend my own money and I'm going to make this movie. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to bet on myself. And I have huge respect for a guy that does that, especially a guy in the position of a Francis Ford Coppola. And he like sold his winery, his legendary iconic winery and all that kind of stuff, finance and all that kind of everything. Well, two unfortunate things happened. One, Megalopolis completely flopped. Like hard flopped.
It was like that back to back with Horizon, remember?
Yeah, because you had Cowboy
Kevin
Costner kind of did the same thing. The second problem was, of course, that Megalopolis deserved to flop. It was a terrible film.
Yeah, it really was not good.
I mean, I heard the bad word of mouth about it and everything, but I'm like, I don't care. It's Francis Ford Coppola. You all just can't comprehend his genius.
It's just ahead of its time.
And then I saw it. I'm like, oh, maybe that wasn't the problem.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good film, but you know, it is what it is. Well, the situation's kind of got real and a little bit darker as reports started coming out that he's been selling off some of his stuff because maybe he's broke. And now, according to this story in the Hollywood Reporter, Francis Ford Coppola has now just sold his Belize Island for $1.8 million on top of one of his prized possession watches that he sold for like $1 million. He's selling off all his stuff and now he's saying he's broke. This comes to us from the Hollywood Reporter that writes the following. After losing millions of dollars from his passion project, Megalopolis, another one of his assets has been sold. This time it's a private island, Belize, that Coppola, 85, frequently vacationed at. The area, called Coral Cay, consists of 2.5 acres. It's 8 miles long, is a 25-minute boat ride from the mainland, and is a self-sufficient island with water tanks and solar panels. For the last 9 years, the Godfather director has leased it. However, it's sold for $1.8 million. This comes after the Oscar winner spent $120 million of his own money to make Megalopolis. Coppola revealed he's broke. I don't have any money because I invested all the money that I borrowed to make Megalopolis, he said. It's basically gone. This kind of shatters my idea of reality a little bit. We're talking about the guy who made The Godfather. We're talking about one of the most legendary filmmakers of all time. We're talking about the guy who hand-groomed George Lucas and made him into the filmmaker that he became over at American Zoetrope. When they got that whole thing going, a lot of people forget George Lucas was a part of that whole movement.
They made THX 1138.
And listen, this is kind of one of the big things when everybody's a world expert, the world's leading expert in how other people should spend their money. And listen, I still give him all the props in the world for being willing to put his money where his mouth is, take his risk. He was passionate about this project and he wanted to get it made. That does not, however, mitigate the fact that you are still putting all your money on the line and it could go badly. And I think for a lot of us, Rob, when a movie flops, we don't really think of it hurting anybody because it's just theoretical money, right? It's some studio somewhere. Oh, it's no big deal. But like this was a situation where it was literally coming from one guy. And the concept to me of Francis Ford Coppola being broke is almost inconceivable. Guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Zapier. You know, one of the biggest game changers of the past year has been AI. But let's be real, just talking about AI doesn't actually make your day any more productive. What does make it more productive is finding tools to put AI to work for you. And that's where Zapier comes in. Zapier is the easiest way to take AI and plug it directly into the apps and processes that you're already using every day. No IT bottlenecks, no complexity, just results. For me, it's been about saving time on repetitive stuff so I can focus on the work that matters and I actually enjoy. And it's not just me. Over 3.4 million companies are already using Zapier to streamline everything from sales and marketing to IT and HR. With their AI orchestration platform, you can connect top AI models like ChatGPT or Claude right into the apps you already use. So whether it's automatically enriching leads, coaching your sales team, or even resolving IT tickets, Zapier makes it simple. Guys, join the 3.4 million companies already automating with Zapier and transform how you work with Zapier and AI. Get started for free by visiting zapier.com/Campea. That's zapier.com/Campea. So Rob, with that, combined with the Kevin Costner situation, who has not said he's broke, but do you think these projects, Horizon, Megalopolis, are going to serve as cautionary tales for like bigger time filmmakers financing their own films moving forward? Do you think that may put a stop to that sort of thing? Or do you think it's not going to, intimidate future filmmakers from maybe wanting to do that? What do you think?
It's a good question, John. To be fair, these are both hugely expensive projects.
Yeah, Megalopolis was like $120 million.
Yeah, most people, look, there are two unwritten rules that everybody understands in Hollywood. One, if you're a drug dealer, you never get high on your own supply. And the other is you never put your own money into a movie.
Yeah.
Ever. And that's why you get other people to pay for it. Because putting your own money into a film is, you're risking everything. There is no recourse. You can't write it off on your corporate taxes or anything like that. And in the case like 100, I don't think anyone has invested $120 million of their own money. I mean, Costner came close with 2 movies or whatever, but even that wasn't. I mean, I remember when the Moonies, Reverend Sun Young Moon, they invested in a movie called Inchon, a war movie that was like, I don't know, in the early 80s or something. And it was like $40 million of this cult's money. And I was like, oh my God, no one's ever going to do that again. But to have this kind of money is, but you've got to respect that Coppola followed his dream. And it was all, it just represented all the things that he had made in his life. He had his vineyards, this all the luxuries that he had in his life. And he put his money where his mouth is. And, at the end of the day, he might not have his cash now, but I bet somewhere in his heart, he's satisfied because he actually achieved something he wanted to achieve. And at the end of the day, we might think it's insane, but that artistic itch, rightly or wrongly, he was able to achieve that dream on his own terms. And a lot of people can't do that in their lives.
That's true.
But that's easy for me to say because I didn't spend $120 million making
Although one of the things he said in another interview was like, look, my children are all rich.
Yeah.
Therefore I'm fine.
Well,
which is a good way to approach it.
That was another thing too, because we talk about, we rarely have a lot of respect for him because he put his money on the line. Had he put his family in a position where he had bankrupted them too, I would not have respected it.
Oh yeah, that's different.
Then it would be totally different.
Yeah.
But he did it on his own, and it didn't affect his family's wealth. I mean, at the end of the day, this man is still going to be well taken care of. I mean, listen, admittedly, times are tough when you have to sell your island. I'm not at that stage yet. I haven't had to sell mine yet, but I can only imagine.
But
I mean, heaven forbid I ever have to sell my island.
Yeah.
That would be terrible.
You know what's interesting though? What people don't understand is the movie business is not where you make a ton of money. Television, you can make a lot more money. Like if you're a TV producer, like Aaron Spelling was a lot richer than most people that work in motion pictures.
Yeah, but Aaron Spelling didn't make one hit
No,
show.
but I mean, but the real money you can make is in TV because there's a lot more places to sell
Sure.
it. Whereas the people that have gotten really rich, like Ryan Reynolds, George Clooney, Sammy Hagar, all made significant investments in liquor. And then they were able to sell their liquor brands for a lot of money, way more money than you could ever make on movies or TV shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we know somebody else who did something along those lines.
Yeah, well, I said Ryan Reynolds.
It's liquor and it's real estate. Because Arnold Schwarzenegger, most of his money comes from, he's a real estate mogul. A lot of people don't realize the skyscrapers he owns and stuff. And even like someone like Taylor Swift, she actually has a lot of real estate.
Yeah. I mean, these are all people that invested their money wisely. And Coppola had his vineyard and all that, and he had that $120 million is nothing to shake a stick at. That's some serious Cool.
Well, I mean, listen, he's having now sell. It's not just not like he's having to sell his watches. He sold cars. He had to sell his properties. Like, it's a big deal. And it's really kind of sad. Again, it doesn't take away though from me that I still completely respect and admire the fact that he was like, I believe in this project.
Yeah. 100%.
And I might be right and I might be wrong, but I believe in it. And if no one else is going to believe in it, I will, and I'll put my own money behind it. And he rolled the dice. He took a risk. Maybe it didn't work, but I'm always going to respect that he
100%.
did it. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? One of the greatest of all time, Francis Ford Coppola, is kind of saying he's broke. He's having to sell all of his stuff now because he lost all of his money making Megalopolis. Was it a mistake that he did it, or do you still stand behind it and respect the fact that he decided to take that kind of a risk? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.